Hello, welcome back to Pushing the Potters. It's episode 6. It is the Europa League Final. We didn't win the league. Let's take a look. We finished second, 82 points to Arsenal's 90. Better goal difference, but you've got to say, if a team's getting 90 points, they're probably more than justified winners. We finished far better goal difference than Tottenham, of course. We managed to beat them 6-1 in Europe. We played them on the last game of the season again at Wembley. We did not fare as well. We lost to a ridiculous penalty that was knocked in on the rebound by Mr. Harry Kane. Other than that, we were quite good in the game. We just couldn't get the breakthrough. We also had a 3-0 win over Sunderland. Valinda getting his first goal for the club, so that's good to see. Dembele notching with Sigurdsson scoring again. Arnautovic dismissed for a ridiculous lunge that was suitably received a 2-week fine, of course. Then a 1-1 draw. We couldn't really break down Watford. We managed to equalise after a dreadful first half, but we could do no more. So all in all, pretty average end to the season. 1 win, 1 draw, 1 defeat. Does leave us with 82 points. A place higher than last year, if we recall, which you didn't get to see. We finished on 80 points, so we've improved by 2 points, but the goal difference is markedly better. We've gone from 40 plus 41 to plus 60. Best goal difference in the division. That's pretty good. You can see our defeats there, all pretty much away from home, apart from that glaring defeat to Chelsea. No side's done the double over us, though. There are teams that we've not really taken many points off. United, we only managed 1 point. And I think that might be it, is it? Everyone else we've at least beaten once. So the only team that we've failed to beat this season is Manchester United, and that's nothing to be overly worried about. So we got a Europa League final. Still can't believe it. We're finally here. We're playing Celta VIgo. They were finished 5th, 6th in La Liga, so they're not a bad side, as you know. You'll know certain players like Iago Aspas. He's going to be a major threat. We're going to line up like this then. Butland's going to carry on in goal. It'll be his 53rd appearance of the season. When you combine that with the fact that Lee Grant's played 8 times, we've really played a lot of games of football this year. Glenn Johnson will play at right back. It was a toss-up between Vetso, the scorer of sublimeness, or Glenn Johnson. We're going to go with Glenn just because he has got that. He's more natural in the position and he does have that experience that might just guide the team through in a final. If he may have even won this at some point. I don't know if he was around. I don't think he was at Liverpool when they won it in 2005. No, certainly not. But he may have won it at some point. I can't be sure. He certainly won bigger competitions, you'd probably say. Shawcross and Brooks continue in the centre with Baba Rahman again at left back. He's been very good for us. Whether we'll be able to get him back again next year, who knows. Joe Allen and Mbula in the centre. We've rested Allen for the last few weeks, hence the reason he's up to 100%. We certainly didn't want him picking up a knock. Shaqiri has returned. He's back on the right flank today. Gylfi continues in the middle. He's up to 33 goals now in 50 games. He claimed not just top goal scorer in the Premier League, he also claimed Players' Player of the Year and Player of the Year, with Sobby, who starts on the left, claiming Young Player of the Year. So it's been a complete clean sweep. I'm just waiting for my Manager of the Year award, to be honest. If it's anyone else, I don't believe it's a fair and honest assessment of quality, of success. Moussa Dembele's up front. He continues. He's had a good first year, really. Yeah, I mean, no one scored the same amount of goals as Mr. Berahino did last year for us, but he's been solid and dependable. We're gonna start off with the more aggressive system, the more what I call the home system today, and we'll see how that sets us in the first half. We've conceded early goals in a few games. You saw the Watford there; that was straight from kickoff from Troy Deeney. Hopefully, we'll go into this with a little bit more quality about us. It's going to be difficult for us. It is our first final. Of course, Celta Vigo do have history in this competition. I feel they may have even won it at some stage. Again, don't quote me. And just from a few episodes ago, Diego Costa is younger than Olivier Giroud, as pointed out to me. So my belief was correct, I think. I can't remember what I said now, to be honest, but I remember someone telling me. Well, okay, we've kicked off. Here we are. We're in France at the Stadium of Olympique Lyonnais. let's hope we can do it justice. It is a Europa League final. It's live around the world. Oh, it'd be nice to take it home, to win it. First real cup competition that we've been able to get to a final in with Stoke so far. Dembele loses out. Ramadan puts it forward again to Mbele. He's all on his own. He's going to have to do better than that if he wants to score. He's lost out to Diaz, but Baba Rahman's there. And Mbula now picks it up. Sigurdsson looking for an option. Dembele, he does score. 26 minutes on the clock. Moussa Dembele, 17th of the season, gives Stoke the advantage in the Europa League final. Celta Vigo, well, they won't have played against many teams like Stoke. Could they do it on a wet and windy night? A wet and windy Tuesday night or Wednesday night at the Britannia? Who knows? They certainly can't do it so far in a dry and warm Olympique Lyonnais. John Brooks, Sigurdsson, offside was he? He seemed to be behind the goalkeeper, so you can ignore the player on the line. Or, yeah, that's a shame. I thought Shawcross was going to give us a captain's goal to give us a comfortable 2-0 buffer going into that second half. But as it is, Celta Vigo will try and come forward and restore parity as we go into half time. Iago Aspas, the danger man. Pione's sister we saw on the left. That's a good goal. Drusi, I mean, it fell nicely back to them. But that's frustrating. You go from 2-0, the possibility of a 2-0 lead, to 1-1 in seconds. It's the only thing they've done. We're going to try and... I think we've been the better team now. I don't think that was... it was a tight offside decision. We've been the better team. But, I mean, it's a good strike. I think a lot of people who've played this year's FM, maybe even last year's FM, beyond a few years, will know Sebastian Drusi is pretty good. He's a bit of a reliable signing. If you're not managing one of the big clubs in Europe, he can be quite good for you. And he's certainly done the damage today. Shaqiri's looking a bit worse for wear, so we might bring him off. He is a game changer, but he's no good to us if he can't run. So we'll bring on Arnautovic, the man who, to be honest, I'm tempted to sell, just like the club has managed to do in real life, just because his performances haven't been terrific. I mean, he was sent off against Sunderland, sorry. Aggressive challenge, 3-0 up, just launched himself into the back of a Sunderland player for no apparent reason. At least he saved us 2 weeks' wages. Given what we saw in the Spurs semi-final, you thought for a minute. Right, Sergio will take the goal kick, resulting from that ambitious strike, you would say. Iago Aspas seems to be playing on the flank. Drusi's moved into a more central role, and it's cruel, isn't it? It's an odd save from Butland. Anyway, Arnautovic will bring it away. I think we've seen the chance we were going to see, though. But you never know. Dembele into Mbula. He can hit them. He tried to thread it through and failed. Well done, Baba Rahman. He has been very good. I think he'll go. He'll either be back with us, hopefully, or we'll go from strength to strength. Now, what do we do? I mean, he is tired. We're going to bring on Eric Peters, the man who was good for us last year. I mean, Rahman's just been booked as well, so that's... Sigurdsson will drift the corner in. It's headed away. We've got 15 minutes. Allen, slow on picking up the ball. Brooks. Allen again. Peters recycling the ball now. Mbula striding forward to Dembele, to Arnautovic. Looks for the overlap. It's Glenn Johnson building down the right very slowly. Mbula. Sigurdsson again. Peters slides it to Ramadan. Back in the side. Squares. Surely a penalty. I mean, what? How can that not be a penalty? He just cleaned him out. Ball goes for a corner. There's nothing doing. Sigurdsson crosses, cleared. Johnson won't get there. That'll be a throw-in for Stoke midway into the Celta Vigo half. Oh, I thought that was going to be a big chance for us there. I don't know how that can't be a penalty when you clean out a man. But there you go. We won't make any changes. I was tempted. Right, we're going to have to if we can see, because there's only 10 minutes to go. It'll be so harsh. Sisto. Oh God. No. It's a disaster, boys. It's a disaster. They've done nothing all game. Do something. Score. Someone. No, it's... well... It's frustrating, because I think we've been the better team today. We should have had a 2-0 lead. Going into half-time, we went in 1-1. We then had what I think was a clear penalty. He's absolutely cleaned out of players. He's about to pull the trigger. Ball's rolled through to another player. Celta Vigo are going to take this. Maybe we were just missing key players. You know, a Europa League semi-final isn't bad. We were already in the Champions League from league position. It is frustrating. We were better than Celta today. They only really had 2 chances and scored both. Yeah, I mean, the referee was not our friend. So that's a big disappointment. Celta VIgo win the Europa League. They, just looking down these past winners, according to this, they've not won it. Maybe they've made finals. I think they did. I'm sure they played someone in a semi-final. It sticks in my mind anyway. I don't know what I was watching or who I was thinking of. Maybe it could have been Alaves. I just saw that Celta had played in a a final at some point. So they probably have in the bygone days. But yeah, they win the cup. That's theirs. They've tamed it gold. We get a bit of money for it though. £3 million. We'll pay out 2 of that to the squad for finishing as runners-up, so they'll enjoy that. They get their payday. Right, okay, so areas of the squad for improvement for the coming summer. I'm going to be back after the transfer window. We're going to be looking at the fullback positions, most likely. Obviously, Baba Rahman does not belong to us. We've got no deal in place. Kieran Trippier is a very good player, but he does need a bit of backup. Glenn Johnson's probably not the man, and Ruben Vetso, for as good goals as he scores, isn't the man to bring us forward. He's certainly not a right back option. He's brought in as a centre half. There may be movement on a couple of players. Obviously, Sigurdsson's fine form is going to attract interest. He finished with 33 goals in 51 games. So he's wanted by Manchester City. Whether we can fend them off, I do not know. Xherdan Shaqiri's been good as well. Also wanted by Manchester City. And, of course, Real Madrid. So certainly clubs that we wouldn't be able to fend off. And Brooksy, also wanted by Real Madrid. So there are big clubs looking for our better players. It may mean that we do need to recycle a few of the players. I was checking there. Milik, not wanted by anyone. That's good news. Yeah, so we're going to have to look at where we can strengthen and how we can improve the squad. It's going to be a difficult window. We don't have a huge amount of starting resources to work with, but if we do have to sell these players, they certainly won't be sold on the cheap. I can guarantee that. So we'll be looking for 40 million plus for the majority of the names I've just mentioned. Right then, so yeah, I'll be back after the transfer window unless anything absolutely unbelievable occurs. So if Ronaldo signs, I'll come back sooner. But other than that, sorry that we couldn't manage that Europa League win. It would have been a perfect way to end the first season of the series. It's not to be. We still yet to win a competition. Hopefully we can pick something up next year and we'll build. We go for first. We go again. We go for that Premier League win. It's been fantastic. Well, thanks again for watching. As always, do follow me on Twitter at KnockItWide and like and subscribe the video. It really does help us out as we try and build the profile of this channel. Any comments, of course, much appreciated as well. Anything at all that you'd like to see. We're obviously 2 years in now, so if there's any players that you want to see how they're doing, or any clubs, your club maybe, although I assume you're all Stoke fans. Why wouldn't you be, after what we've witnessed over so far? But do let me know if you want to see any particular player or squad, and we'll have a look at them. Alright, well, thanks again for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'll see you at the start of the 18-19 season, and we'll try and do a little bit better. Thanks again. Bye.